We're going to now show how to repair a Thompson or a Sears sprinkler with our parts. First of all, we got to disassemble. We're going to take and put a whole new propeller shaft, arms, and gear on this machine here. First of all, you got to remove the bottom, the screws here. If they're seized up, put some Loctite in there, or anti-seize of like WD-40 or any other stuff, and spray it, and then let it penetrate, and then so you don't break off the screws. Okay, there should be a screw which has already been removed. Should be right there in that worm. This should be pushed out now. You might have to take a hammer, drive that on out. If you're having problems getting that impeller shaft out, you can use your actuator punch. It's on our website. You stick it in the hole on that and then drive it on down. Until it hits the bottom. Drive it on out. That's your old impeller shaft. Take your gear out. That's your top bushing. Lower bushing is held by it with a screw on the side of the sprinkler. Take that screw out. Take your punch again. Just try and hit on this edge of here so you don't ruin the end of your punch. Put it on the edge like that. Tap that lower bushing down. Out of there. Now you're ready to install those bushings, but we want to take this off here first too, I guess. That wrench. Drive out that pin. Get your plier on there. Lay on its side. Move your shaft out. Okay, now we're ready to assemble the new parts. This is the kit, the impeller shaft kit, which is impeller shaft assembly, which is S1101. Open up your package. This is your impeller shafts. This is your top bushing. Check and see if some of these should be pressed in, but like these are loose. And what you would do if these were tight like they should be, you want to use our it's L&T punch, or they call lamp punch. You drive this in like so, then you take the hammer and drive it in. And then lower bushing, there's a space there for the lower bushing, and this is your lower bushing here. When you hammer that in, if it's that's the spacing for that pin, then you drive the pin up underneath. But we're going to have to JB weld these now. So what you want to do then is drive some of your JB weld around the whole thing here. Make sure you don't get inside the bushings. Wipe any excess off. Here's the bottom one. Next. Where did it go to? Okay, in front of my eyes here, sorry. Okay, here's where you can use your pinch to hold on to it. Don't put as much as I did on the top one as I did. It's enough to hold it in there, though. We got to do. Seat it in there. And what I recommend doing is while it's drying is put the shaft in. Make sure it goes in there freely. And then tap a little bit on it. Make sure it spins freely. Then let it dry. Now we're ready to put the big gear up front. Make sure your short side for the hole should be on the same side as the hole of the pin. I can't see them. Okay, there we go. Put in the cotter key. The cutter key over. Now you put your cranks on. You got a flat where the bolt with the nut goes on here. Make sure that the axle of on the shaft does not seat past. It should be flush or in a little bit. Otherwise, your crank levers will crap. Put your other one on. pin back in a little ways. And this should spin freely all the way around. Okay, now when you got that gear in, we want to put the impeller shaft kit back in here. So we put the line the holes up with the pin. Put the cork gasket on first, then the nylon. Now we're ready for the impeller shaft. Now we take the worm with the hole up, slide it in there, slide it in, get down here. What you want now is this hole should slide over that like that, where you see the threads. And what you do is just put your 832 stainless steel screw, screw that in. Lock that on. Put that up. And put your drive levers back on, your con rods. Okay, now we put the bottom plate back on. What do I do with that hose? Fitting. Okay. You're going to have a cork gasket that goes in with the kit. Put your screws in, not tight until you get all the way around. Now you see, tighten it tight. Okay, now just everything should spin freely. Looking good there. Now your next problem you might have is if you're needing a new T, you'll have to put an extension on because this ain't going to be high enough. Which you buy at any hardware store, just a union with a closed nipple. But if you can use your old T, it should work on here just fine. Take your wrench, put it on there, put the arms on, and you should see everything clears fine. Now, if like I say, if you use RT, I'll show that why it won't clear. And maybe if some of the makes will. As you see, this barely clears, so it can hit. You might get lucky and won't hit, but that's why you have to probably put this adapter on here. Because I've had some of these where they wouldn't hit clear. What I'm saying is you have to add a little bit, make it a little taller, and then you'll be fine. Same thing here, the top, the arm should say top. And just tighten this up enough where this arms will be, you can turn it, but yet they'll stay in place. Just where they stay a little snug. Okay, after this is done, it's complete. Now all you need to do is oil it. Grease. What I want to oil is any moving parts, like here. Any holes in your sprinkler, especially in this your new bushings. And then turn it. And then for greasing, put a little grease on this gear, like this. Spin it. Get a little grease all the way around on that gear. Sprinkler is complete.